Oh, snap. Are we live? I think I've been live like this whole time. Let's see. Just waiting for it to pop up on YouTube. Okay. Give it another second. Okay, and there it is. What's going on, everybody? JT is reborn, back again to do another live stream to talk about this month's solicitations. It's actually been quite a bit since the last live stream. I think the last one I did was back in November. Didn't do any in December. Was pretty much out of commission like that entire month. It was kind of a rough thing, but back to full recovery, and now we're here. So yeah, December was a bit of a rough one, but I'm hoping January would be better. But there's been some chaotic stuff too that just kind of made it worse. Hey, tell them how you doing. Good to see you. Yep, exactly. Good to see you. Let's go ahead and pull that comment up. Right there. Good to see you too. January's been kind of crazy so far, but I'm hoping now I'm going to kind of move past that stuff and we'll have a very upbeat, positive month going forward. So let's go ahead, not waste any more time. Just trying to get all these. I need like multiple screens because like it's trying to keep up with all this at once. But I really want to go ahead and talk about the November solicitations, but I want to make sure I have all the comments up here. Okay, got that there. Got the YouTube stream on right here as well. And we'll go ahead and get started. Hope everyone's having a nice day. But let's go ahead and talk about the solicitations for April 22. So the big thing this month is they're going to be killing off the Justice League. It won't be permanent, I'm sure, but they're kind of subbing it. Joshua Williamson's behind that. Man, that guy is just writing literally every single DC comic book right now. It's kind of insane, actually, how many books Joshua Williamson is writing right now. He's got Batman, he's got Robin, he's got Deathstroke Incorporated, doing Justice League, Rogues. He is being stretched pretty thin here. So, not too bad here. There's some. Well, let's talk those latest DC Connect of what comics and issues I want to get. Nice. But let's go ahead and go through these solicitations. Now, some of them I won't spend a long time reading, but we're going to go ahead and skim through them and let's talk about the ones that interest me the most. And yeah, so that's what we'll go for here. I'll try not to talk too long because if I end up talking like an hour straight, I end up losing my voice. So starting out, we have Batman number 122. This is Shadow War Part 2. Obviously, in March is the whole Shadow War event. You have the Shadow War Prelude thing. You got Robin. You've got Batman and Deathstroke. All those titles are going to be crossing over with the death of Ra's al Ghul. So you got the covers right here. You actually have Talia right there. You have Bruce and all that. So let's read this. Ra's al Ghul is dead, and Talia is out for revenge. Batman is on the case to find Deathstroke before Talia's elite killers do, but Batman starts to piece together not everything is what it seems in Raz's death and knows whom he must interrogate to get answers. Talia herself. Can the two former lovers ever work together again? Plus, a backup tale showing the secret first fight between Batman and Deathstroke. Okay, this should be pretty interesting. We got Williamson writing this. The first time Batman and Deathstroke came toe-to-toe. And actually diving a little bit into the past between Bruce and Talia. Like the two of them are actually going to have to learn to maybe work together. This is a good thing. I feel like Williamson's kind of like slowly building back almost a little bit of that relationship that Bruce and Talia used to have, because it used to be a very like really well done, respectable relationship. And then Morrison came in and obviously kind of really hurt the character of Talia al Ghul compared to what Denny O'Neil used to write. Like Talia has not been Talia in years. I think the closest we kind of got to that was that Gotham City Villains thing when Philip Kennedy Johnson was writing her. Like that was really good. Like that to me, like really the last time I feel like I've had a great Talia al Ghul thing was in when Paul Dini was writing her in the Arkham games. So that to me was like the last really great Talia al Ghul story that I've seen. But I feel like she's kind of on a bit of a comeback, so hopefully they can fix some of the stuff. So we got that there. And also, yes, tell him, I agree, we do need Tomasi back. So here's Deathstroke Ink Number Two, which is Shadow War Part 3. Deathstroke and Respawn are on the run. Deathstroke Inc. has been destroyed and his villain associates killed by the Demon Shadow. Deathstroke must explain to Batman why he killed Ra's al Ghul, but first he must survive the hundreds of deadly killers coming for him. So we got the covers here. A lot of really cool looking covers here. Obviously, we have Robin, we have Deathstroke, we have Respawn and Rose Wilson right there. So we got some cool stuff here. There's that. Robin number 13, obviously, the new issue of Robin number 10 comes out. I did read look at the preview for it, and Damien is back in the past with his great grandmother, and also Ra's al Ghul when he loses his mom initially. So it should be kind of interesting to see where that kind of goes in which direction. So Robin and Ravager have caught up with Deathstroke and Respawn. Can they convince Deathstroke to turn himself in or fight to the death? And what startling revelation does Robin learn that shocks the story to its core? I swear to God, there's going to be some other lost sibling thing. I'm not going to be really happy with it because Respawn, I have a feeling, is probably Grant Wilson. If it's not Grant, it's got to be someone else. I don't want it to be like some secret child between Slade and Talia or something like that. I think that'd be kind of dumb. If they do go with that, I think that'd be a stupid idea. But I do think making it Grant Wilson would make the most sense. That's at least what I think. I'm curious to know what this whole revelation thing is. I mean, we're not going to do the whole Deathstroke is Damian's father thing, which was a stupid story idea that ultimately proved not to be true. So we got that going on here. Batman Beyond, Neo, Year 1. Now, this is a storyline that's picking up after the events of, I think it was issue 7 of Batman Urban Legends. Basically, in that issue, like it was interesting to read some Batman Beyond stuff because I liked Rebirth Batman Beyond. But basically, with that one, Bruce Wayne died, so now you've pretty much lost like that entire dynamic of what made Batman Beyond special. Now that Bruce Wayne is gone, like Terry and Bruce, that's kind of what made it work. So I don't know what they're going to do, but it looks to be kind of right here. It's a 6-issue miniseries, so we'll see how it turns out. I'll be picking it up because I like Batman Beyond, but so far every title is pretty much all Batman Beyond. Good to see you too, Tevya. I haven't done a stream in a while, so it's fun to do one. So Neo Gotham is alive and has killed Bruce Wayne. It's rejected Terry McGinnis as Batman and offered him a chance to escape. Terry turned it down. He's the city's protector, and he will uphold the legacy of Batman. Now Neo Gotham will do everything in its power to destroy Terry, including creating brand new villains to fight him. First year here, yada, yada, yada. All that other fun stuff. So Urban Legend stuff. Batman Killing Time. So once again, every issue so far involves Batman because it's not Detective Comics, it's Batman Comics. This is by Tom King. It tends to deal with the Riddler. You can read the solicitations there. And by the way, I did leave a link in the description below to talk about the solicitations. Okay, back to Detective Comics. Once again, Batman. My God, everything so far has Batman or Batman's in the focus of it. So, remember Mariko Tamaki and all that. I don't know when this 12-issue miniseries is going to have, but it's like they're going to go. I wish they'd almost kind of take a break from Detective Comics after this 12-issue like weekly series kind of comes to be, because I think that's a lot in like 12 weeks, and especially for a storyline, which it's fine so far, but like it's not like mind-blowing yet. I got to read the latest issue, so I got 2 other comic book reviews I'm going to try and post by tomorrow, and maybe some other things too. Riddle me this: when is a crime or criminal not a criminal? The answer awaits you in the start of a brand new Detective Comics story arc from writer Mariko Tamaki, guest writer, co-writer Nadia Shamas, and legendary artist Ivan Rice. The Riddler is back in Gotham City in a big way. Okay, a Riddler storyline, becoming a media personality and using his newfound influence to wreak havoc on the Dark Knight. As Batman chases down clues to put an end to Riddler's machinations, the clock ticks away for the citizens of Gotham, who Edward Nygma has placed in the line of fire. Then, in Gotham Girl Interrupted, okay, Gotham Girl's back. I didn't know if they were going to do it. The superpower Claire, so Gotham Girl's back. So we got that. Yeah, Tevya, Detective Comics. I'm literally covering like as many Batman titles as I can. I'm getting pretty burnt out. Like I think there's a bit too many. Like I feel like we can just like I said, like we have Detective, we have Urban Legends, we have I Am Batman, we have Catwoman, we have Harley Quinn and Robin and Nightwing and the main Batman book. I feel like the only one, like Detective Comics needs to stay because that's that. And of course, you want to have another main Batman book too. Keep Robin, keep Nightwing. We also have Task Force Z. That's another one too. That's kind of its own thing. Like Batgirls. How could I forget about that too? Batman this, Batman that. I do feel like maybe Detective Comics should be once a month. I think just kind of keep that once a month and then keep the main Batman book once a month. Kind of space them out a little bit. I don't really think you need Urban Legends anymore. I think that's what Detective Comics should be for, but it's just so much stuff. Batman / Superman World's Finest #2, written by Mark Waid. We have that Niles Calder and all that, bringing in the Doom Patrol, it seems. Batman Beyond, the White Knight 2. My God, everything is Batman so far. I haven't read that. Oh, here we go. Flashpoint, but what do you know? Batman. Yeah, I guess they're going to do like a Flashpoint anniversary omnibus, like Flashpoint Beyond #0, written by Jeff Johns. Hey, Warwick, Exio. So yeah, like Flashpoint Beyond #0. I don't know why we're revisiting the Flashpoint universe. But it's got Jeff Johns on there, and I know that name's kind of got a bit of controversy surrounding it right now, because you have like some supposed stuff going on with him. I don't know if anything's true or not, like I said. But yeah, like, so Twitter definitely is dogging Jeff Johns. So, but then again, it is Twitter. They kind of dog everybody. But I don't know. Like I said, I've heard things, and I don't know if they're true or not about Jeff Johns. So I'm kind of surprised he's coming back to write a Flashpoint thing. So yeah, Flashpoint Beyond #0. So the world of Flashpoint returns after sacrificing everything to help the Flash put the universe back together and save Bruce Wayne's life. Thomas Wayne wakes up in a world he thought was no more, forced to on the count once again. Batman prowls the streets of Gotham, searching for answers to how this world still exists, but what he starts to uncover will send him hurtling around the globe. The hunt for the Clockwork Killer starts here. Legendary writer Jeff Johns comes back to an alternative world he created, partnering with prolific artist Eduardo Rizzo. Yeah, like, Jeff Johns hasn't really written anything in quite a long time. So as you can see, he's got like 2 issues of this whole Flashpoint Beyond thing going on here. Yeah, it's heavy. I don't know anymore. Like, so we got Flashpoint Beyond, and that, like, once again, Batman there, and then another Batman storyline in a way right here. So this one here is actually supposed to be a prequel to the Flash movie. So the Flash, the fastest man alive. So I will be picking this thing up because, well, I want to know about this. So race through the streets of Gotham City in this lead up to the hotly anticipated blockbuster, The Flash. After Barry's adventure with the Justice League, he's determined to become a truly skilled and inspiration hero. As a new threat emerges in Central City, going by the name of Gritter, Barry turns to Batman for advice on training to master his powers. Can the Dark Knight help show the Scarlet Speedster a way to defeat this metallic menace, or will the Flash be crushed by Gritter's strength? So yeah, so we got that going on here. Yeah, this is the Flash movie Prelude. So I will be picking this thing up. Andy Muschietti actually did a variant cover, so that's kind of cool. Earth Prime #1. CW shows. That immediately tells me I have no interest in reading this. But yeah, so once again, a Batman related title here. Earth Prime #2. Okay, so Clark Kent, no Batman in there, so that's good. Wonder Woman #786. Trial of the Amazons. I heard the Wonder Girl book with this Yara Flor character has been canceled. So yeah, so we got that going on here. But yeah, like with Jeff Johns, like, kind of going back to some of that stuff with his comic book stuff. I mean, DC Rebirth was really, really good. I think the issue too was just when it got to like the whole Doomsday Clock storyline, which was pretty good. It just took way too long to get going, and then Dan DiDio came back in. I don't think Jeff Johns should ever really went to the movies. To be honest, I think if he stuck with comics, things would have been better. Because like I said, there's just been a whole like crazy back and forth with between that and the movies. But yeah, he should have just kind of stuck with comics. So Wonder Woman there, Trial of the Amazons, Wonder Girl #2 by Joelle Jones. More stuff with the Wonder Woman characters. Here we go. Here's the big one. Death of the Justice League. Justice League #75. So apparently Brian Michael Bendis didn't really kill him off entirely with his book. So with how bad it probably is, but we're now getting like a whole Justice League finale thing right here. So they really are trying to sell it because, well, the Justice League. So we got, like I said, various variant covers, but they do plan on killing them all of them. Infinite Frontier and that going on here. So this is the final issue of this Justice League thing. I remember, man, it's hard to believe. Like, I think what did it start, like 2018 with Scott Snyder's thing, and now we're already on like issue 75. Boy, it's really flying. Oversized special issue. Superstar writer Joshua Williamson pens the beginning of the next big DCU event. It's probably going to be like some sort of crisis, and then they're going to end up rebooting DC. But a lot of people are kind of speculating with this whole Death of the Justice League. That's where the new fun characters are going to come in and take over, which won't really make DC any money. But like, I mean, it'll be boost initial sales because when you get like a big death issue of a bunch of characters, but it's not going to be as big or groundbreaking as what happened with Death of Superman, because like I said, that was kind of the first time something like that happened, and they took Superman and that out of all the other titles. But like, kind of going into this, Batman's still going to be in a bunch of things. They're not going to just drop him all together. He's like 90% of the books. So yeah, this one I'm just like, I don't know. Well, I do think it's going to affect because Williamson's been writing it. And if you've been reading his Justice League Incarnate and Infinite Frontier stuff, it's been a big multiversal thing. It's going to be like some multiverse crisis that's going on. Like I said, like when it gets to the crisis and cosmic stuff and multiverses, that's where like it gets a little bit more difficult, I think, to write some of these storylines, because I think it's kind of confusing. You're dealing with all sorts of powers and energies. I like the stories when they're a little bit more grounded. And a little bit more simple to read. Like, for instance, Robin. Robin is a simple manga shonen anime type storyline. Super easy to follow. A lot of its stories told visually, and it's taking its sweet time with it. Then you have some other thing. There's a lot of plot twists in that. That's when it's like a little bit tougher to follow, and then you're dealing with the multiverse and all that stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be crazy. New dark animated of DCU's greatest villains has formed the edge of the multiverse. The TCU's best and most powerful heroes are pulled together in epic war to push the darkness back, but in the end, they're no match for it. That's right, you heard it here first. The Justice League are killed by the Dark Army, with only one survivor to warn the remaining heroes of Earth of what is about to happen. Final issue, so there we go. Now we got some omnibus stuff. Naomi season 2, don't care. Sandman universe. I actually have not really read that. Yeah. Oh, here's an interesting comment here. I hope Williamson doesn't become Scott Snyder 2.0. Yeah, like that's kind of a fear a lot of people, and a justifiably so fear thing, because with Scott Snyder, like he just got so like he just kept trying to go bigger and bigger and bigger. Like Dark Knight's metal was pretty good. Then you got to Death Metal, and it was just an incoherent mess, and nothing has made sense in terms of the continuity since Death Metal. So yeah, it's just been kind of messy. Sandman. These are just kind of omnibuses. Ruby, Justice League, Superman, Son of Kal-El. Let's kind of scroll down a bit until we get to the new issues. Action Comics number 1042. Apparently, Action Comics is really, really good right now. I just got so burnt out by like what Bendis did with Superman that I've not picked anything up. And plus, like with the 80 million Batman titles I'm trying to read right now, it's like I can't like keep up with all of it. It's like I have to constantly keep reading. Like if I miss a day, it's like, oh, I'm behind. But I do plan on trying to get these other two comic reads out. I think I had like Catwoman and Detective Comics this week. So many Batman titles, so many. But next week should be fun. The Origins of Mongols, Mysterious Champions, and Underground Rebellion. Stand reveal. Sorry for my yawning. Would another one of Superman's truest allies is killed with the tragic loss of the rebellion before it begins, or will be the spark that finally unites Superman's forces against the unstoppable Mongol? The World Revolution begins, also featuring the finale to the epic Martian Manhunter backup series. Aquaman, Green Arrow, Deep Target. Number 7. This is it. Everything has led to our heroes in this moment in time. Aquaman and Green Arrow must beat the clock to take down Scorpio and reset the timeline. If their aim is off by even an inch, it'll all be lost. Aquaman, number 3. So yes, like I said, they're killing the Justice League and replacing them with their new future state-esque characters, which to me, like, you could have like other characters that are more iconic that have stuck around more to kind of take over, but for whatever reason, whoever's in charge of all this mess in a way is just like, no, let's bring in all these new future state characters, which will be an initial boost in sales, then they'll tank because you're getting rid of Bruce Wayne. You're going to replace him with a character that's not all that popular, Jace Fox. You replace Superman with John Kent, who most people generally don't like anymore ever since he's been aged up. Yeah, they had the whole big thing with Tom Taylor that with John and this whole Jay Nakamura character, which has had really no development to it whatsoever. And John is just still not well liked as a character, even before that whole thing. Just ever since the whole age up thing, it's like it's just not been working with John Kent ever since he's been aged up. No matter what they've tried to do, it's just John is just kind of really unlikable as a character nowadays. So yeah, Son of Kal-El has just been like the first issue I liked, and then it's just kind of like, but like kind of disliked some aspects to it, but then just kind of just dropped off a bit. Also, I agree, Tom. I think Jay is probably a villain. He feels super manipulative, like he's already within like every aspect of John's life. Just super quickly, like just like that. So yeah, like I said, trying to replace all these the iconic characters with not even like iconic legacy characters. Like if you're gonna like, who's gonna take over Batman's place? Well, like why not just have like the more iconic legacy characters take over? Like if you're gonna get rid of Wonder Woman, put Donna Troy in there, like as kind of that Amazon, or put Dick Grayson in charge of like the whole Bat family thing. I think that's a good idea. The Flash, like Wally West is kind of already in that role, so you should kind of stick to it. But like I said, just kind of keep that around. Jackson Hyde, yeah, Jackson Hyde's been around for a while. Either him or Garth would be totally fine. Because like I said, they've been established characters for years. But like replacing Batman with another Batman who's only been around kind of for a short time as like this other Batman just doesn't really make any sense to me. It still doesn't make sense to me why he's Batman right now. It would make sense. It made sense, I guess, in Future State when Bruce Wayne was gone. But like trying to be like a secondary Batman while, you know, Bruce Wayne's still active makes no sense. So, Tevya, I think it's time to give up on that. I really do. I know you've been pushing for it for the past couple years to bring back the old John Kent, but it's just he's gone. Like he's been aged up John Kent. I think even longer at this point than young John Kent. Like when you think about it, was it 2018 when Bendis came in and just threw that all away, or was it 2019? I can't even remember anymore, but I feel like he's been like aged up John longer than current John. So never I'm going to give up. So, well, you know what? Good for you, man. But it's time. Like I've given up. I don't care about John Kent anymore. I actually haven't cared even before his solo series came in. I was kind of hoping it'd be good, but it's just been not that great. Like, just Um, Batgirls number 5, and it's kind of surprising too because I really liked what Tom Taylor was doing with John, like aged up and deceased. Like he was so much more likable in Deceased than he is in his own solo book right now. So yeah. Batgirls number 5. The Batgirls and Tudor face off again, but this time at the creepy abandoned Arkham Asylum. Can the Batgirls stop Tudor from using his art to pull all of Gotham in mind control trance? Let's hope the Batgirls find a way to avoid being put under his control. Again, meanwhile, Bab's hands are tied literally when she comes face to face with Spellbinder. Oh, wait, Spellbinder. Wait a minute. Isn't that the character from Batman Beyond? There we go. It was Superman issue 5, return at the end of the Bendis comic, then shown in issue 6. Yeah. Challenge of the Super Sons is coming in trade paperback. Yeah, that's cool. Batman the Night number 4. This is a Chip Zdarsky thing, so it'll probably be really good. So that's kind of something worth checking out. I don't know. I just got so many Batman titles. I'm just kind of exhausted. Batman Urban Legends number 14. Once again, more Batman. Batman and Zatanna are the mercy of DCU's newest magic. Ace the Bat-Hound and the Super Pets versus Gotham's worst villains. A new Birds of Prey led by Lady Shiva and Katana. Okay, that's interesting. And a team between Batman and the Question. Like I said, there's some interesting stuff. I feel like Urban Legends, like this past month's one, like was a good starting point if you kind of want to jump into the book, because with Urban Legends, it's kind of just an anthology thing, but like storylines set in the DC universe. So I think the new issue is kind of worth checking out. Batman / Catwoman number 11. Okay, how long has this book been going on? It's supposed to, like, I feel like Batman Catwoman has been going on for like 3 years now, and it's just taking so long with each and every issue. Like, why is this book still going on? Like, is it finally going to end in May? Can we move on from this? Like, I don't really want to read any of Tom King's stuff. Like, his run was like on Batman, like started out okay, but then it just got so bad with so many issues just wasted, and just like with some of the most annoying dialogue between between Batman and Catwoman, and just a lot of crap just kind of happening to the point where he was pulled off the book because the sales were tanking. But yeah, it's just like I'm just kind of waiting for it to just end already. Blue and Gold number 8. Dan Jurgens, a solid writer there. Haven't really been reading it, but like I said, there's so many comics out there right now. Catwoman number 42, written by Teenie Howard. You know what they say, some are going to love you and some are going to hate you, but it doesn't matter as long as they need you. Black Mask wants to be the dirty little secret Gotham's underworld, but Catwoman's even better at being a secret when she needs to be. Thankfully, she's not afraid to have a little help from Valmont Onyx, the newly minted Tomcat, exactly the kind of guy to let her in on the loose. Dark Knights of Steel number 6, another one of those Tom Taylor Elseworld storylines. I have not actually been reading it. And like I said, DC's was more fun for me, like zombies and that. The whole medieval fantasy thing had a cool thing, but I'm just like, I'm okay. Maybe I'll pick it up like towards the end. Future State Gotham number 12. I guess in the latest issue of Future State Gotham, they're finally acknowledging that they're trying to find Damian now, like Nightwing is with Talia. So I think that's kind of an interesting thing. Is this the end of it? Like, was just a 12 issue thing? I don't exactly know, because I think Williamson started writing this and they just kind of went off a bit. Final Showdown with the next Joker, Peacekeeper Red, aka Jason Todd, and the next Batman take on the next Joker. But will their combined abilities be enough? Meanwhile, Hunter, Panic, and Harley Quinn try to keep Tobias Whale alive against a whole army of Jokerized robots. Plus, Nightwing becomes something new? Harley Quinn, number 14. I'm innocent, I tell you. I might currently be stuck in Blackgate Penitentiary for multiple homicides thanks to a growing body of evidence that points right to me, Harley Quinn, as the murderer. But for once, it was not Harley Quinn in the alley with the basketball or the baseball bat. Someone's obviously trying to frame me, and I got to figure out who and why if I want to clear my name before I end up spending the rest of my days behind bars with a bunch of ladies who really don't seem thrilled that I'm here. Not to mention, I look terrible in orange. There you go. I Am Batman number 8, written by John Ridley. I've had kind of like mixed to like negative thoughts on the I Am Batman book. so far. I'm actually like the latest, like I'm just like at best it's like been okay. There's some bits I'll kind of like, but then there's like other bits of writing where I'm just like, man, you're really writing the Fox family is just real obnoxious assholes, especially like Lucius Fox has just been so horribly like written in a way, like the way he's just been acting, like and like I said, it doesn't make sense why Jace is being Batman when Batman is still active. If Batman weren't active and he took up the mantle, kind of like what Terry McGinnis did, it would make more sense. And he also like it just this should have been an Elseworld storyline. Um, but he is going to New York in next month's issue. I talked about issue 5, but I am glad he's going to New York and establish himself in his own city. So that's the part I'm most appreciative of. But again, it's kind of the same shit we've been doing. It's just not been that interesting so far. The campaign theory continues. The mysterious serial killer brutally murders New York City Police Commissioner Beckett, and the process exposing ugly cues about how Beckett ran his department, police corruption. Okay, just like Gotham. Batman finds himself caught between a police department and hit squad that wants to execute the killer, and a populace that begins to see them as more folk hero than Batman himself. Monkey Prince, number 3. There's Damian in there, and Batman. Are they just going to be teaming up? I have not read Monkey Prince or any of that, so I don't know how good or bad it is. I get some water in me before I lose my voice. Bats out of the bag. Monkey Prince and Pixie both realize that all the demon spirits around the world are after eating specific superheroes in order to gain their powers. And this penguin demon has his eyes on Batman. Monkey Prince, it's bad enough you have to keep hiding your tail when you're Marcus and higher. Okay, so Monkey Prince. Interesting. Whoa, where am I at? Oh, it backed me out like to right over here. That's great. Okay, let me get back to where I was at. Okay. Just want to look at the cover there. So here we go. We got that. Nightwing number 91. I like this cover variant with Bitewing. This one here, like, why is it straight up in Nightwing's ball sack? Like, that's not like really what I want to read. But yeah. Okay, it's a new. Somebody says Monkey Prince is a new title. It hasn't even hit the shelves yet. Okay, like I said, I'm losing track anymore. Nightwing number 91, trying to save a city that's even more beyond saving than Gotham, is no small task, and even someone like Nightwing needs a day off to relax with his best friend and to recharge. When your best friend is Wally West, aka The Flash, a recharge might not end up being so relaxing. One Star Squadron, number 5, written by Mark Russell. No relations to the character in Godzilla King of the Monsters. There's that there. Refrigerator Full of Heads, number 6. I haven't really been reading this one at all. Robin's number 6. I've heard people shit on this book. I've heard a lot of people say Robin's is actually a terrible book. Not Robin. Robin's by Tim Seeley is pretty bad. I haven't read a single issue, but I do kind of want to check it out just to see how good or bad this thing really is. I haven't heard very great things about it. The games are over, and Jenny Wren's traps have fully spun around the Robins. Can the teen wonders unravel the truth behind Jenny's connections to Batman, or will the first true Robin finally rip apart the Bat family once and for all? Rogues, number 2 by Joshua Williamson. My God, how many book? Man, take a break, please. You're writing so many. Oh, this is only 2 of 4. So it's only a 4-issue thing, but my goodness, Josh. You have written so many stuff. And you've been doing pretty good for the most part. Like I said, Robin's been firing on all cylinders. I have enjoyed Deathstroke, and I'm liking the direction his Batman books kind of taken right now. But man, that's a lot. You might think you know Gorilla City, but you don't. Not a soul has gone lurking for the Secret Kingdom has ever returned. Then where do the stories come from? There you go. It's a line from Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. You think the rogues would know better than to go searching, but they either don't know or just don't care. The down on their luck ex-cons are back together for the heist of a lifetime, but every time Captain Cold thinks he's got things all figured out, the rug is pulled out from under him, and even if they make it to Gorilla City alive, they have a version of Gorilla Grodd unlike anything you've seen waiting for them, continuing the groundbreaking neo-noir take on some of DC's greatest villains. Scooby-Doo, where are you, number 115? Who is picking up Scooby-Doo? Anyone? I don't know. Suicide Squad, number 14. Who's this on the cover here? Okay. The war from Earth 3 may be over, but the battle at home is only heating up as egos clash, bugs ambush, and a big ass parademon tries to eat his own teammates. An explosive confrontation between Peacemaker and Bloodsport will leave you breathless. As Ambush Bug would say, help, I'm trapped in solicit copy. Suicide Squad Blaze number 2. Issue 2 of 3. Okay, this could be a 17 plus one. The inmates who volunteered for the Blaze program are discovering fascinating things about their newfound powers and what being the best ways to torment the Suicide Squad. Blah, 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 blah. So we got that going on here. Superman, Son of Kal-El, number 10, written by Tom Taylor from Australia. In terms of covers, there's the Travis Moore one. I like the Simone DeMeo covers. Honestly, just this style of cover, I think, just looks really, really good. I know a lot of people like the way Travis Moore does, and Travis Moore has some pretty good art, but like I said, I like the Simone DeMeo cover more. Henry Bendix's plans are now clear. You know what? I'm actually losing track of the story right now because I'm just not that interested in what's happening. Gamora's president won't stop until he has total control. He's now sold a strategy to the other dangerous regimes. Only Superman and his allies stand in the way of Bendix's dark vision for the world. A world where superheroes are put in their place, discredited, and even destroyed. A world where heroes are replaced by agents of those ruthless enough to have seized power. The Rising has begun. Task Force Z, number 7 of, I guess it's going to be a 12-issue miniseries or something like that. I don't know. Written by Matthew Rosenberg. Solomon Grundy, Victor Zsasz, Madame Crow, Copperhead. No, these are not this year's nominees for Sexiest Maniac Alive. They are the new recruits for Task Force Z. What does this mean for Red Hood and Bane? Will Mr. Bloom's Lazarus Resident heist spell certain doom for the Resurrection Twins? How many rhetorical questions can I possibly squeeze into this one paragraph's worth of copy? 1, a lot. 2, yes. 3. I don't know. So there's a lot. Teen Titans Academy, number 14, written by Tim Sheridan. Oh, he's still on the book. Yay. Actually, no. So it's still going on. It's a fresh start for the students and the staff of the newly rechristened Titans Academy. Oh, they're rechristening it again. Cool. As classes resume, 2 faculty members navigate the awkwardness of a new relationship, and one student on a dangerous training mission must finally face the mysterious past that's haunted him all his life. Don't care. This book sucks. It's really not good at all. I don't give a shit about Teen Titans Academy. I'm still covering it, but yeah. Like I said, why is he still on this book? I thought well, then again, I think he was like maybe taking a break for the crossovers, but like, I don't get why anybody would want to keep this guy on this book. It's just not been very good. It's been boring. I'm surprised it's lasted this long. I don't know why Teen Titans Academy is still around at this point. Like, I get you want a Teen Titans book, but man, this has not been a good book. Like, Teen Titans Academy has been a disaster for me personally. Like, it's been terrible. Here's a nice cover here. Wally and Wallace, I should say. The Eclipse War left Wally West stopped dead in his tracks, but a brand new villain has emerged to wreak havoc on the Scarlet's Peace Art. An exciting new story arc begins here. There we go. Look at this. This is the stuff I want to see. Look at this. Wallace West actually having something to do. So yeah. Let's see. Sheridan is worse than Glass and Robbie Thompson's run. You know what? In some ways, I actually think you're kind of right. Like, it doesn't like make me as angry with the way the characters were handled. It's like it's just objectively just kind of a worse written story. At least the other storyline had focus. This is just doesn't have it at all. Like, I hated the way characters were treated in that, but yeah. There you go. Yeah, like why isn't Tomasi writing more stuff for DC? He writes some of the best stuff. He should be writing the Titans or the Justice League, but for whatever reason, he's not. But for whatever reason, they'll keep somebody like Bendis on writing Justice League and all this other stuff, but they won't let Peter Tomasi write, even though he wrote a really fucking great Superman book, really great Nightwing stuff. I haven't read his Green Lantern, but I heard it's really good. Super Sons, of course, but yet like he's not given like jack shit. It makes no sense to me. Also, Flash is good. Yeah, I may have to check it out. I do want to kind of like recap and read the Flash book, but it's like every time I want to, then I just get backed up with so many freaking Batman titles to read, and I just have no energy to read. Flash 781, the Eclipse War left Wally West there, so we got that. The Joker, number 4. Okay, final issue. There we go. Joker is ending at issue number 14. So I'm actually kind of glad of this. Or you know what I should say? This isn't the Joker. This is Jim Gordon, because it's not a Joker book. It should just be titled Jim Gordon, but this is the final issue. All the Hunter's coverage on the Sampson estate as the brutal conclusion of the first season. Wait a minute. of the Joker. No, you said final issue. Don't make it a season. Just end it. Is here. Bullets will fly, blood will be shed, and will James Gordon be forced to make the choice he's been dreading since issue number 1? Punchline backup. Punchline walks free, and the Royal Flush Gang is desperate for a new queen. The underworld of Gotham is going to change forever in the last chapter. Punchline is only the beginning. Let's look at these comments really quick. Why am I going for 35 minutes straight? Agreed. Wow, like that's how bad Teen Titans Academy is, that you almost want to read the Glass thing. Like I said, that one I didn't like it at all, but at least it had more focus. Like that one kind of made me angrier, but objectively, this other stuff is worse. Just strike comics. Why are we even keeping Bendis in DC Comics? Yeah, he just keeps failing upwards. Like, does he blackmail somebody? Like, how does he keep getting all these like roles in that? Like, his books have been bad. Like, name like one really good Bendis book at DC. Like, anyone? I'm saying at DC, not like stuff at Marvel. The Swamp Thing by Ram V, issue 12 of 16. So you got that going on there. Wonder Woman Evolution number 6. There you go. I haven't actually been reading Wonder Woman. You know what? I will say this. I feel like Wonder Woman needs some more new cool villains. Like, I feel like she's a great character, but a lot of it's just been like she doesn't really have the strong rogues gallery like Batman or Superman. She really needs some better villains in there. World of Krypton number 5 by Robert Venditti. As Kryptonians suffer the effects of the planet's deterioration, they lose faith in their leaders, but taking the one streets puts them in Zod's crosshairs. 100 Bullets Omnibus, I think Batman Reptilian. I think that's pretty much it in terms of the comics. Yep. And that is it for the comics for this month. Obviously, the stuff I'm most excited about is just right at the beginning here with the whole Shadow War. To me is the only stuff that really fully interests me. I'll read Nightwing because, like I said, I've liked a lot of the Tom Taylor stuff he's done with Nightwing, but at the same time, like there's some, I still have some gripes with it. Let's see if we can pull up this issue. There we go. I need like a cool cover to kind of like showcase. Batman Beyond coming back is kind of cool, but like I said, it's just every 90% of the books here have Batman in them, or in some way. Let's put this cover up here. There we go. Look at that cool stuff. Oh, there's some great looking cover work art right here. So I'll leave that up on the screen for right now. But yeah, so the solicitations for this month, Shadow Wars is the stuff I'm most interested in. Obviously, they're killing off the Justice League for a temporary time. Give my voice a rest for a second. Let's see. There you go. Swamp Thing has been terrific. I'll take her run for it. Somebody says the Glass Thing had potential. Like I said, I was giving it a shot early on. I was still angry with a lot of it, but like I think editorial definitely screwed the pooch tonight. Because like I said, originally they wanted Damian to be like a big villain for 5G, and everyone's like, most people were just like totally against the idea because it makes no sense anymore. Because your whole purpose of developing a character is to develop them like all the years would have just been completely wasted and thrown out the window. Tremendous good books. I've heard mixed things about Young Justice. Some people like it, some people really dislike it. Anyway, is meh at best, but not horrible. Okay, so there's some positive Bendis comics to where it's not like, or you know what? There's non-super negative. Yeah, you know what? I will agree to that with the Tom Taylor stuff. Like I said, his Nightwing run started out really strong. Then Fear State happened, and it just completely derailed the entire momentum of that book. I got to go back and reread some stuff. But it did have the really cool issue where it was done in one continuous shot. But the story that was not overly like ambitious, like grand or anything, but the art was really ambitious, doing it in all one continuous take. And to me, that was the most exciting part about it. Any predictions for the next Justice League? They're probably going to grab some of the Future States lineups to kind of make them take over. Although I really wouldn't like, I don't really care about the new Future State leads that they kind of showed there. Like Jace Fox, I don't care for that much. John Kent, I don't like the way his character has been handled ever since he's been aged up. Like he's just kind of really unlikable. I don't even recognize the character anymore. I have not read anything with the Yara Flor character, so I don't know if she's any good or not, or the Flash character that they had there that's not Wally West. Like I said, the Justice League should be like Wally West should be kind of there. Donna Troy, I think, should take over as Wonder Woman if they kill her off. Or Cassie Sandsmark. I know they want to bring in Yara Flor, but she's so much newer. Like, these are such new, underdeveloped characters. They shouldn't be taking over for the Justice League. When you have other established legacy characters, that's good. In a way, it's kind of dead. The Teen Titans used to sell as much as X-Men. Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you're not good. Dot. Okay. Yep. What is Patrick? I think Patrick Gleason's working on Spider-Man right now. Jen, I'm glad she is gone. Yeah, we have not seen her since like Dark Knight's Death Metal. She's been gone. Yeah, that was so stupid. Oh yeah, Crush. I haven't read Crush's book at all. Gleason's doing it for Marvel. But yeah, like I said, thing I'm most looking forward to, Shadow War. Nothing else really kind of comes close in terms of me of what I'm most interested in. But like I said, that's because like I think I've read so many Batman titles that I'm kind of burnt out on a lot of it. Like the only stuff that's really exciting me right now at DC, the only title I just love to look forward to is Robin. DC versus Vampires is actually a fun one. I didn't actually see it in the solicitations this month, which is kind of surprising to me because I thought it was supposed to be a 12-issue series, but I guess they might be taking a month off, or did I just miss it entirely? But yeah, DC versus Vampires is probably my second favorite book at DC right now. Like I said, I've heard good things about Action Comics. I have not read it yet, but I do maybe think I should. Jace Fox. Why Jace Fox? Why would Jace Fox be a team leader? I just don't get it. Like, he's barely been around. Superboy or Wonder Girl, your Alpha Green Lantern. Yeah, these are all like, for the most part, they're all just kind of new characters. Like, why are they taking over for established heroes that've been around for such a long time? I just say some sort of clone or something like that. There you go. Yeah, like, it's cool and all, but it just reminds me of how John just kind of sucks now. I guess your intern should be exposed an imposter. Yeah, just get rid of him. Just get rid of him. Not who I want, just my predictions. Okay, yeah, I understand. Predictions for Young Justice season 4. Honestly, like with Young Justice, the first 2 seasons are really great. Season 3 was a big step back, and this current season's like they're taking time focusing on like smaller characters, but Nightwing has been in like none of this season at all. Like once they got to the magic stuff, like I kind of like was like the most recent arc was kind of the least interesting. That and the Miss Martian stuff. When it was Artemis focused and like the League of Assassins and all that, that stuff was pretty good to me. But Young Justice seems to have this problem of almost too many characters to where it's like kind of tough to follow. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that. Exactly. Young Justice had so many damn characters that you can't really like keep up with them anymore. That's what made season 1 so great. It was a smaller batch. It was really character focused. And then season 2 had the time jump. As he should. I want to see like kind of the follow up with the whole Jason Todd thing. And I want to know what's going on with the League of Assassins and or League of Shadows or League of whatever stuff. That was more interesting. Yeah, Mary Marvel's cool. So, but like I said, they pretty much replaced so many of the other heroes. So, any other questions? We're just also written some Young Justice past. Yeah, Tomasi should just write a new Teen Titans book or a Titans thing or Justice League. I don't know. Just give the man something. Why isn't he writing more stuff? His next thing is like next week. He's going to do a Superman and Robin book. Jason Richard to Damian. In Young Justice. Okay. Well, he's still like a newborn baby, so it's not like he's like barely 1 year old. I don't see it as that per se. We'll just kind of have to wait and see. But like, I don't think it works quite as well as with Dick Grayson. But we'll have to wait and see because like it's such a strong connection. Yeah, we did get to see him. He's like a newborn baby. I still am mad that they didn't like. I'm still mad he's so young in that show. I feel like he should have been like maybe in season one. He was between season 1 and 2. He should have already been born, but they waited even longer. So he should have been born during the initial like years. Maybe he should have been at least like 5, maybe like closer to 10 years old by now. I think that would have been better. But they're just not going to utilize because like by the time Dick Grayson can be Batman, like or like everyone else is going to be so much older. Like Tim Drake will be like 30 by the time Damien's like 10 or something like that. That's where my issues kind of come into play. Yep. Let's call it his Super Sons. Yeah, we'll see what they do with that. Oh, that's good. That's good. So yeah, the solicitations, like I said, just kind of got that stuff going on. Like I said, Shadow War. Shadow War is the stuff I'm most looking forward to. I'm curious about this Death of Justice. Basically, whatever Williamson's involved with, I'll be reading. Except maybe Rogues. I just don't have the interest, or like there's too many other titles. But I do hope they start to cut down on some Batman books. Even like I love Batman, but like we don't need Urban Legends. You can cut Detective Comics down to once a month. I think that'd be more beneficial. Once a month for that, once a month for the main Batman thing, and then you can maybe get rid of some other stuff too on the side. I think we just got a little bit overwhelmed. So yeah, does anyone else have any other questions? Like I said, I want to kind of pop up on the stream and then just do something quick. Like I said, I lose my voice pretty quickly just talking continuously for like close to an hour at this point. Don't want to kind of lose that voice entirely. But yeah, like I said, Shadow War will be number one. I guess I could talk about it really quickly what's next for the channel. I did hit 2,000 subscribers finally, so I am really proud, excited about that. Happened really like around Christmas time, like last or like a month ago. So I am really excited about that. I'm excited to kind of keep moving and pushing forward. My goal this year is to hit like 3,000 subs by the end of the year. So at least I can hit like 1,000 subs a year. So I got to start pumping out more content in that because I've been kind of lacking a bit. But like I said, with my job, like I'm just working all day. And then by the time the day's over, it's like 8 or 9 hours just on the computer working. Like I don't want to get on my computer or anything. And then not to mention my car just got smashed like 2 weeks ago by some idiot on their phone. Like I was just working. Like I work in a building. And then I get this message be like, hey, someone smashed your car. I'm like, what? Saw the security footage. They drove right into it and just bam. Smashed. Stupid. So yeah, like just kind of like getting through this month, and then I think next month would be a lot better. Isn't Williamson writing Justice League? Yeah, he was writing Justice League Incarnate. Bendis was writing Justice League. I don't know how it's gonna work. Perhaps like Jeff Johns' Titans run had some good stuff in it, but like there's still things I don't think are very good in it. Like honestly, like the thing is, like we haven't really had a great Titans book in so long. I actually didn't mind what Ben Percy was doing. Like, I mean, he had some issues with it, but like when I went back and reread, I'm like, you know, this is better than anything we've had in the past like 10 years in terms of Titan stuff. Oh, that's good. I think I saw that you did that. I think I posted. I let you know, gave you a thumbs up or whatever on it. But yeah, the Bell movie was pretty good. Hells yeah, I'm excited for the Batman movie being 3 hours. A neo-noir detective storyline. I'm totally 100% sold. Matt Reeves is going to knock this thing out of the park. This thing is going to be the best reviewed superhero movie the past like 5-6 years at least. It's going to be very well received. You look at what Matt Reeves did with War for the Planet of the Apes, which is one of my favorite movies of the past, you know, like honestly, one of my favorite movies of the past like 10 years. That film is so good on every level. That's such a masterfully crafted film. Honestly, the new Planet of the Apes trilogy was really, really good. But each film just got better. Then by the time War came around, like that one's even significantly better than Rise and Dawn. Like Dawn is still really, really good, and I really like Rise, but War for the Planet of the Apes just sold me entirely on what Matt Reeves is going to do. Yeah, like I said, Williamson, like he's kind of going like really weird with like the choices he's kind of picking. Like, look at his Just League Incarnate thing. Like, he's going with the multiverse and all sorts of crazy stuff with that. In fact, there was that one issue where he like brought in like a DC Comics editor as like a villain or something. Cool, I guess. Like I said, I watched all the Mission Impossible movies. I really like the last one. The last one was the best of them all. But like I don't like get really excited for the next entry or anything like because that's a series I kind of jumped into when the last one came out with the whole Henry Cavill mustache thing. Like I watched that series all for the first time in 2008, so I'll have to go back and revisit it. But I really liked the last one with Henry Cavill. I thought that was really excellent and well crafted. So yeah, where was I at? I don't know. Does anybody have any other questions? Because like I said, I might do another live stream tomorrow. I think I might do another live stream tomorrow because I'm gonna try and pump out these other comic book reviews. But I want to do a live stream and I want to talk about this whole MonsterVerse thing. I know this isn't DC comic related stuff, but I do want to talk about that because, well, like I said, there was some really exciting news that dropped yesterday. So I got to talk about that some more. So I'll probably bring on like Kaiju Network or something to talk about that. So there's that to look forward to. And yeah, like I said, haven't live streamed in a few months. Just want to check in and do these solicitations things. I know I feel like I haven't done these. Like if I don't get it out the first weekend, I feel like, well, I've already missed the deadline on that. But I do want to plan on getting stuff out more and more. But it's just been a really kind of chaotic month. But I feel like after this month, things are really going to start to pick up the pace and get things done more. And yeah, so I'm excited to see where the channel kind of goes from here. So yeah. Didn't even know that happened, Tevya, so I don't really have a thoughts. Although I will say this. IDW, the thing I'm most looking forward to is their Godzilla versus Mighty Morphin Power Rangers crossover. That stuff has me excited. Gotta keep drinking water. Gotta stay hydrated. Losing my voice. Anything else? I think I'll have the stream go on a little bit, like a few more minutes, then I'm gonna have to shut it off. So, like I said, if I'm doing this solo, like just talking continuously for an hour straight, I lose my voice, and I don't like to lose my voice. So, any other questions? I'm gonna give it another minute or so, and then we'll go on from there. My voice a rest. No more questions. I'll give it another like 20 seconds. If not, then I'll get ready to wrap this thing up. But like I said, get these 2 comic reviews out. Probably do one more live stream tomorrow. Get back to writing some videos again. With like I said earlier, with my job, if I'm on the computer literally all day, I don't want to immediately jump on and just keep typing some more because you just like it's just kind of mental fatigue with that and dealing with other stuff. But once I get through this month, I think things will start to get a lot better. Well, I mean, you got to keep that out. Like the current Justice League, are we like talking different generations? I don't know. Like I said, I like to think like to me the iconic Justice League is kind of like the animated series a bit. You have to have Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, The Flash, Aquaman, Martian Manhunter. That to me is like the core 7. You can add more to it from there, but I feel like you got to have that core 7 in there. Maybe Shazam, Green Arrow. I don't know. I feel like the Justice League can just kind of continuously expand on and on to really kind of include anybody. But the main 7 to me should always be you got to have the Trinity there. You got to have the Flash. You got to have Green Lantern. You got to have Aquaman. Did I miss someone? I thought I just said someone. So Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, the Flash, Green Arrow or Green Lantern, Aquaman, and Martian Manhunter. So like as long as you have that core 7 in there, and then you can kind of just branch off from there. Maybe bring in Black Canary. I like her. Green Arrow would be another one to add to it. Like I said, just it should be kind of the most iconic DC characters. And obviously, favorite Green Lantern. When I was younger, it used to be John Stewart, but I also really like Hal Jordan. So it kind of depends on the mood. Like I feel like those two are kind of a bit on equal footing to me. So it's like it's always been like Hal Jordan and John Stewart. I've always really liked those two. Which Flash? I like Wally West the most, But like to me, it's like as long as you have a Flash on there, so it should either be Wally West or Barry Allen. And in terms of the Green Lantern, like I said, either Hal Jordan or John Stewart. Like those two are kind of interchangeable for me. Yeah, those two are pretty good too. Kyle Rayner was like I haven't read as much Green Lantern as I have other stuff. Like Batman to me is kind of my main thing. But to me, my favorite Green Lanterns were always like Hal and John Stewart. Favorite Superboy and favorite Bat Family? Well, I guess I like John Kent when he was the John Kent we all know and love. Favorite Bat Family member obviously is Damian. Like, I mean, it's pretty obvious. I always put him in the thumbnails. Most people generally but like I said, he's generally my favorite because I like his his changing character. Yeah, Tim Drake. I'm gonna be honest. Out of the four main Robins, yes, we've had more. You can count Stephanie Brown, but I'd ranked in terms of my favorites. Damien's my favorite. Then you go Dick Grayson, and then Jason Todd, and then Tim Drake. I've actually dressed up as Jason Todd for Halloween before, so that was pretty fun. But like I said, Dick Grayson's just he's such an iconic character and like that. Like I said, Tim is just in fourth place. I still like Tim. They're like the Ninja Turtles to me. No, like I said, I still like Kyle and Guy just fine. Or is that like a good thing or a bad thing? Like change my mind for the negative? I just like Hal and John are my two favorites. Like I think like that would be really tough to change. In fact, I've been hearing things of the Green Lantern TV show that they want to do. They want to make it like a buddy cop Lethal Weapon type thing between Hal and John. I'm like, that's a great idea. Like that actually sounds kind of fun. So there's that going on. Also, Peacemaker. So far, the first 4 episodes have been pretty solid. I'm curious to know what this whole butterflies thing is going to be. So, I'm a hard disagree on that. Caesar of Rome. Barbara Gordon to me is like one of my favorites in the Bat family. Actually, I'd probably put her fourth. Like not counting Batman, and you're talking about just like the crime fighters, like the Robins and Batgirls. 1 would be Damian. 2 would be Dick Grayson. 3 and 4, Jason Todd, Barbara Gordon. Like those two are kind of like neck and neck for there. Like I said, I really like Barbara Gordon. Like even like between either Batgirl or Oracle, Babs is like she's my girl. Yeah, Cass is really cool. But in a way, like part of me almost likes Stephanie Brown a little bit more than Cass at times. Like you said, they're both kind of neck and neck for me. But like, I still like I'm just biased towards Barbara Gordon. But like Cass is pretty cool. I get she has her fans. I totally understand that. But like I said, I still like the other characters too. Like Babs is still my favorite. I also really like Stephanie. But then again, like I said, I'm going back to like of their Steph had a really fun dynamic with Damian in the comics. That's part of one of the reasons I gravitated towards her a lot, reading her. But like I said, Damian was my number 1, and I've given my reasons multiple occasions. Like I said, I like his arc from having a bit of a villainous upbringing and learning to be a noble hero. Like to me, that's like I like characters like that. It kind of reminds me a bit of Vegeta. Definitely has some entitlement issues, but he kind of has to work through that dynamic, like the way he plays off other characters. So that's why he's my favorite. Titans just a garbage show in general. Titans is like that. I feel like I'm in an abusive relationship with Titans because like I know it's not going to be good when I go, but I keep going back to it. It's just been absolutely terrible. Every season has just gotten literally everything wrong. I can't think of one thing Titans has really done right. They completely screwed up the whole Jason Todd Red Hood thing. Scarecrow was one of the worst villains I think I've ever seen. Like the guy who played him was just atrocious. He didn't even dress up like Scarecrow. Most of the time he's doing some dances to try and be like funny, I guess, but Scarecrow on the show just sucked. The Master of Fear, what a joke. Like what an absolute joke. And not like a fun way, just embarrassing. And then you get the final episode, was it titled Purple Rain? And they don't fucking play Purple Rain by Prince. You had a complete opportunity there to do something like that, and you just don't do anything with it. So yeah, like Titans is really bad, and then like I should never want the Master of Fear should not be dancing to "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls." It doesn't work with Scarecrow. With another villain, it can work, but Scarecrow should not be dancing to "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls." Terrible. And plus, what did they do with Barbara Gordon in that show? Like, what a terrible idea. Let's make her a jewel thief like she's fucking Catwoman. Do these writers even read the comics? Like, they clearly must not, because they don't understand. Like, I mean, sure, there's some liberties can be taken, but man, they just like messed up on like everything. The heroes are unlikable. It's been hot garbage. Yeah, it kind of improved a bit at first, but then just like with season 3, I'm like, okay, a little better HBO Max, bigger budget. But man, did it just take a nosedive. So there you go, Tevya. Those are my thoughts on Titans. There we go. All right. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. If anybody has any other last minute questions that I can get to, give it another like 20 seconds. Then I'll wrap this thing up. Anyone? Going once. Going twice. And nothing. All right. Well, with that said, oh, don't forget the latest Tomas comics out this week. Yes, I will be picking that out and reviewing it. So thanks for the reminder. So with that said, thank you all so much for watching this video. I always have fun doing these live streams. Definitely going to get some more out. Like I said, I'm going to try and do one tomorrow, or I guess technically later on today, since it's after midnight where I'm at in my time zone. I want to do something on the Monsterverse. If possible, I'll try and get Kaiju Network involved in that. And then I think I'm going to work on some other videos today. I want to get like I want to get some writing done and get things kind of planned for when I get the chance to film again. So I kind of want to work on some stuff like that. So with that said, thank you all so much for watching this video. Tell me what you thought of the solicitations in the comment section down below. I don't know what this thing is. Some more spam in the chat, but good for you, I guess. But I want to like make sure. All right, where am I at? Losing track of the thoughts. That comment threw me off. But yeah, like I said, just tell me your thoughts on the issues that are coming up in the comment section down below. Hit the bell for notifications like it, and come back next time if you're watching it, and we'll talk some more comics and stuff like that. All right, I'm losing my voice. Thank you again to everybody who watched. Really appreciate it. More stuff coming up. Got to get back into the swing of things. Like I said, once through January, February is going to be a much better month. So it's even my birthday is the 1st. So. All right. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.